This is Guyana Best YouTube channel where we discuss news about Guyana. And we are going to play a video with Rickford Burke, the controversial social media influencer who is exposing Vice President Barack Jagdeo after the United Nations called for an investigation into corruption against the Vice President. We all know Rickford Burke get his own problem with Barack Jagdeo, our Vice President of Guyana, because a wanted bulletin was issued for Rickford Burke for being so outspoken and critical of the government. A lot of things taking place. If you're new to this YouTube channel and you want breaking and trending Guyanese news, please subscribe to this Guyana Best YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section. Right now, Rickford Burke was to appear in court in Vigilance Magistrate Court, but he did not show up because he's living overseas. He's based in America, and the Guyana Police Force sent a member from the Guyana Police Force to New York to serve Rickford Burke a summons for him to appear in court because he is charged for fraud against a top prominent car dealer in Guyana. Rickford Burke is charged several charges, but fraud is one of the main ones, and that was where he was to appear in court, but he did not. So check out the video, Rickford Burke exposing Barack Jagdeo. Remember to like, subscribe, and share.
Thursday, Putin, Guyana's Putin, Bart Putin Jagdeo, Bart wannabe Putin Jagdeo. He launched an attack on the commissioner that asked the questions. I mean, these guys think that they are so powerful that they can attack the United Nations personnel who are charged with ensuring human rights are respected around the world. Bart Jagdeo said the commissioner was contaminated. His words, contaminated. They are so pure with their racism that they must not be questioned. Keep sharing the link, everybody. Keep sharing the link. Their racism is pure. Bart Jagdeo is P.W. Botha, who is the racist apartheid prime minister, was the racist apartheid prime minister of South Africa at the time that apartheid regime fell. Bart Jagdeo is solely responsible for attempting to implement some of South Africa's apartheid government policies in Guyana. And he feels that people in Guyana mustn't question about his racism, and people around the world, the United Nations, the United States. And he sits imitating Vladimir Putin every Thursday. He's so bad want to be Putin. He's so bad want to be Hitler. He's so bad want to project to the world that he can kill people and get away with it. He's so bad want to project his racism on other people. Who condemn his racism, people like myself, who expose his racism internationally. He said, I'm the biggest racist in the world. So forget about KKK, forget about Jim Crow, forget about apartheid. Rickford Burke has the honor of being the biggest racist in the world. But everybody knows that Bart Jagdeo projects. So when he calls somebody a racist, it means he's a racist. But don't let's get distracted with all of this, because Bart Jagdeo is attempting to be Trumpian. Trump is saying the January 6th rioters that stormed the Capitol and committed treason, he said they're honorable patriots. They're patriots. That's Bart Jagdeo. Bart Jagdeo thinks that he's an honorable patriot for killing black people and for being racist. Share the link, everybody. Get on all of your platforms and share the link. We're going to dissect Bart Jagdeo today, dissect his racism, dissect his attacks on the his attacks on the United Nations committee members is inferdink. That's word of the day. Inferdink. De minimis. I mean, the people don't give a rat's behind what Barry Jagdeo says. Inferdink. It's beneath them. He thinks that he has influence around the world because he is the dictator of an oil-producing country. His comments are inferdink. The people are wiping their doormats with that. Inferdink. Inferdink. You ought to write it down. Google it. Search the dictionaries. So from tonight, whenever you see Barry Jagdeo associating with the word inferdink, he's beneath you. Inferdink. That's who the man is. He likes to call people low life. Well, we're far more sophisticated than him, so we will say he's inferdink. So share the link, everybody. Share the link. And I'll be back in 60 seconds, where I'll be joined by Dr. Vincent Adams, the former head of the EPA, former Assistant Secretary of Energy for the United States government. That's who they're also attacking, Dr. Adams, the former Assistant United States Secretary of Energy, formerly of the Obama cabinet, who retired and went home to his country in the spirit of patriotism to serve his country as director of the EPA. So I'll be joined by Dr. Adams, and I'll be joined by Mark Benchcott, and we'll talk about. All right, keep sharing the link, everybody. Keep sharing the link. Let me acknowledge some of you before I actually start, before you kill me. Those of you who have not subscribed to my YouTube page, you can do so right now. Those of you who are watching via Facebook, you can like or follow me on Facebook. We have 2 pages on Facebook, 2 on YouTube, and the CGID page that we're broadcasting from. I'm doing the same thing. Just keep sharing the link, everybody. So let me acknowledge Ralph Moore, watching from Brooklyn. Good night, everyone. Andrew Griffith says good night, everyone. Sharon Fraser, good night. Marcel Daniels, good night. Auntie Brenda KC, Brooklyn in the house. Michelle Smith, good night. Watching from New Jersey. I'm not sure who that is. Good night, Leon Blair. Good night, Audrey Cole. Good night, Kenneth DeFlormonth. Watching from Maryland. Share the link, everybody. Come on, keep sharing the link. Let's get a couple more thousand people here. Or in Ottawa. Good night, sir. Canada in the house. Nigel Price. Good night. Robin, Trotman Harris, I think that is. It just flew by. Joyce Prince, Kingston. Good night, Miss Seymour, watching from Los Angeles, California. Good night to my friends watching from the Chetty Jigan International Airport. Good night, Eldon. I think that might be Harding that flew past here. Alexis Williams, good night. Lloyd Framey, Pamela Chorick, Raul Hamilton, good night. Andrea Charles, good night. All right, guys, this is the comments the names go so fast that I can hardly see. Donna C. Ford, good night. Ainsworth McKenna, good night. Michael Jordan, good night. Sion Hollinsworth, good night. Or Sean Hollinsworth, good night. DJ Wade, good night. Amanda Mortimer Reynolds, good night to you. Kim Walker, good night to you. Keep sharing the link, everybody. It's 9,000 something. I wanted to hit 10,000. Once it hit 10,000, we'll start. So come on, everybody, keep sharing the link. Share the link. We have about we have 9,031 persons watching right now. Share the link. Share the link. Share the link. Let's get it to 10,000. Gwendolyn Osborne, good night. Audrey Cole, good night to you. Karen Smith, good night. Good night to you from Germany. I see you, sir. United States Air Force. Hoorah! Jocelyn Morris, good night. Trisha, there you go. 10,000. All right. So keep sharing the link, everybody. Keep sharing the link. Now, as you know, last week, the United Nations Human Rights Committee held hearings for state parties that are convention to the United Nations and that have signed the United Nations Convention, member states. And so it was Guyana's turn for 3 days. And oh boy, did they lie. And oh boy, did the United Nations committee members, Human Rights Committee members, have their facts in order. They had their facts in order. And the PPP government did not like that. They did not like it. So they started to curse the people out. As though the people care. So Gail Teixeira lied to the committee. She told the committee that all of the faults and mistakes that were made with the oil contracts and the EPA permits that Exxon received that was lacking in certain and didn't have certain provisions in there was caused by Dr. Vincent Adams. Well, he called her out on it. And further, he's suing her. But the committee itself, the United Nations committee itself, called her out for lying. And then she lied on me. The same committee members raised the issue of them trying to trump up charges against me in Guyana when I'm living in the United States. Because they feel that they can stay from Guyana and charge me for whatever, right? Because they think the United States is going to send me home and Vp Jagdeo is going to get to kill me, yeah. So that's their MO now. Stay in Guyana, make up stuff against people and say, hey, send me back here, he got charges here. So we're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about her lies, Gail Teixeira's lies. And then Vp Jagdeo followed up at his Putin press conference. He said, I'm a criminal and I'm wanted for extortion. And how dare the United Nations speak about Rickford Burke? So all of his personal and political enemies are criminals. He's projecting because the biggest criminal is Vp Jagdeo. Vp Jagdeo killed people, got people killed, organized for death squads to kill people. But you know what? He's going to get a chance to bring forward his evidence that Rickford Burke is a criminal because the matter is now in court, both in the United States, federal court, and in Guyana. And Vp Jagdeo has been shouting to the top of his voice, why don't Rickford Burke come to the court so he can go to court? Well, Barrett, the matter has now been filed in court. Let's see if you're going to come to court. Let's see if you have the balls to come to federal court in New York. And let's see if you have the balls to go to the High Court in Guyana. And then we're going to know whether you're a man or you're a sissy. A big old sissy from Unity. That's what we're going to know. Yeah, because I heard you the other day, talking about, Rickford Burke has some special friend. People around me who try to, make sure that